So simple tutorial. Just look around, observe your surroundings and tell me, can you imagine a world without printed material? The books that you read, the newspapers, paintings, calendars, advertisements, posters, the clothes that you wear or the curtain hanging in your room, the currency notes that you use for transactions, everything is printed, is it not? Good morning students, welcome to SST So Simple tutorial. My dear students, today we are going to start a new chapter, that is print culture and the modern world. In this chapter, we are basically going to read the history of print. We will look at its development from its beginning in East Asia to its expansion in Europe and then finally in India. We will also understand the impact of the spread of technology and consider how social lives and cultures changed with the coming of print. Look at this figure, figure 1. Bookmaking before the age of print, from Akhlaq-e Nasiri 1595. This is a royal workshop in the 16th century, much before printing began in India. Here you can see that the text is being dictated, written and illustrated. The art of writing and illustrating by hand was important in the age before print. Let us now begin our session with Unit 1, the first printed books. Students, printing had its beginning in East Asia. The earliest kind of print technology developed in China, Japan and Korea. This was a system of hand printing. The process was simple. The required matter was engraved on a wood block first. Then ink was applied on the surface of the wood block. A plain paper was then rubbed against the surface of that wood block. This left the required impression on the paper. But the quality of paper was not such as we have today. It was thin and porous, so pages could not be used on both the sides. Only one side was printed. The pages were then folded and stitched at the side. These books so closely resembled an accordion that they came to be known as accordion books. My dear students, accordion is a musical instrument. If you haven't seen accordion, you can look at the screen. Now, when the books were ready, its copy were prepared. For this, skilled craftsmen, generally we call them scribes, were employed, who used to make its copies with great accuracy and beautiful handwriting. This is what is called calligraphy, is it not? The art of beautiful and stylized writing. I am sure you are aware of the term calligraphy. In almost every schools, calligraphy competition is conducted. Initially, till the 16th century, the use of hand printing was limited to the government. By government, I mean the imperial state of China. The government was the major producer of printed material. The imperial state used to recruit its civil servants through examinations. So the textbooks that were produced were basically meant for the candidates who were to take these exams. Understood? But in the next century, the use of print diversified in China. This was primarily due to the fact that urban culture was flourishing there. Print material no more remained the monopoly of the government. Others also began using print in their everyday lives. For example, merchants. They began using it to collect trade informations. People started reading books as a leisure activity. They preferred fictional narratives, poetry, autobiographies, anthologies of literary masterpieces and romantic plays. Rich women also began to read. Many other women began to publish their poetry and plays. Wives of scholar officials also published their works. Now, as the time passed from 17th to 18th century and then to 19th century, there is a shift visible in China from hand printing to mechanical printing. Several European powers established their trading outposts in Shanghai. Hence, several Western style schools were opened in Shanghai. These Western powers imported Western printing techniques and mechanical presses to print books to cater to these schools. Shanghai herself had a large number of literate people. They also wanted to read books. So books were printed using the new Western style techniques to satisfy the demands of such people. Shanghai thus became the hub of the new print culture. Now, around 768 to 770 AD, this hand printing technology moved to Japan through the Buddhist missionaries. Japanese then made a diverse use of this technology. They printed pictures on textiles, playing cards, and paper money. Poetry and prose were regularly published. Books were cheap and available in abundance. Libraries and bookstores were packed with handwritten materials of various types. Books on women, musical instruments, calculations, tea ceremony, flower arrangements, cooking, etc. The oldest known Japanese book is the Buddhist Diamond Sutra. It was printed in 868 AD. Diamond Sutra contained 6 sheets of text and woodcut illustrations. This was asked as 1 mark question in 2009 board examination. Name the oldest Japanese book. You can see a page from Diamond Sutra in figure 2 on the screen. This is text part. See the next one. This is an illustration from the same book. Lord Buddha is surrounded by 9 disciples. Let us now see box 1. This is related to an art form in Japan called Ukiyo. Ukiyo means pictures of floating world. These pictures depicted ordinary human experiences, especially urban ones. As you can see, a morning scene in figure 4, where a man is looking out of the window at the snowfall, while women are preparing tea and performing other domestic duties. In Ukiyo, an artist would draw a painting on an identified theme. Then a skilled woodblock carver pasted the drawing on a woodblock and carved the block. Thus, the original drawing was destroyed in the process, but the block remained, which could be used repeatedly to produce prints. Thus, printing technology helped in the fast spread of this art form. Kitigawa Utamaro was one such Japanese artist who is highly regarded for his Ukiyo woodblock prints. Let me stop here, students. Enough for the day. Time for probable questions now. 1. What was accordion book? 2. What was Ukiyo? How did print help it? 3. By the 17th century, as urban culture bloomed in China, the use of print diversified. Explain by giving examples. 4. Explain the different stages of development of printing technology in China. Now you read your textbooks properly and prepare these questions. In the next class, we will read the next unit, Print Comes to Europe. Till then, keep reading and have a nice time. Thank you.